Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
Washington Post World, September 10, 12:03 America, New York. Hurricane Olaf scrapes across Mexico's Los Cabos resorts. Hurricane Olaf has scraped across the southern tip of Mexico's Baja California peninsula and spun back into the Pacific, bringing heavy rain and strong winds to the twin resorts of Los Cabos. Washington Post World, September 10, 12:01 America, New York. The world 9/11 created. The waning of the American superpower. The U.S. reaction to 9/11 involved costly invasions, the massive expansion of the U.S. security state, and a new global awareness of the limits, rather than the potency, of American power.
Fox World News, September 10, 7:09 America, New York. How Kabul became an evacuation bottleneck and a prime terror target, the last 96. How did Kabul fall to the Taliban so quickly, and why was it the only practical way out of Afghanistan?
September 10, 7:05 America, New York. France bans unvaccinated American travelers. France has become the latest European country, and the most significant tourism destination, to remove the United States from its safe travel list, following EU recommendations in the wake of a U.S. COVID spike.
New York Times World News, September 10, 7:04 America, New York. Germany investigates Russia over pre-election hacking. Berlin has protested to Moscow after identifying repeated attempts to steal politicians' private information before the election this month that will decide Angela Merkel's successor. Chancellor Angela Merkel of Germany at the parliament in Berlin this week.
September 10, 7 o'clock America, New York. The DOJ's uphill battle against Texas's abortion ban. In its lawsuit challenging Texas' 6-week abortion ban, the Justice Department is throwing a Hail Mary pass to get over the procedural stumbling blocks that have thwarted other attempts to block the ban in court.
Washington Post World, September 10, 7 o'clock America, New York. The world 9/11 created. On the 20th anniversary of 9/11, today's worldview examines the impact of the attacks on Al-Qaeda, counterterrorism and domestic extremism, Iraq and the United States' role in the world. Washington Post World, September 10, 7 o'clock America, New York. Xenophobia, vulnerability and disillusionment. Readers share how 9/11 changed their worldviews. 20 years after 9/11, Washington Post readers share how the events of September 11, 2001 changed their views of the world.
Time, September 10, 7 o'clock America, New York. The world's most famous private detective makes no apologies. About a decade ago, when his mansion in upstate New York started feeling too cramped for all his grandkids, Jules Kroll, the world's most famous private detective, set out to build a bigger one on a neighboring parcel of land.
September 10, 6:58 America, New York. A second Qatar Airways passenger flight has arrived in Kabul. A second Qatar Airways passenger flight arrived in Kabul airport on Friday, Qatari-owned Al Jazeera Arabic television showed.
Washington Post World, September 10, 6:53 America, New York. Jorge Sampaio, former president of Portugal, dies at 81. Jorge Sampaio, a former two-term president of Portugal and one of the most prominent political figures of his generation, has died.
PowerPost, September 10, 6:44 America, New York. Power Up. January 6 committee receives thousands of documents from U.S. companies and government agencies. Details of what exactly was turned over to the committee were not provided to reporters, but the document dump comes after House Republicans warned tech CEOs not to comply with the subpoenas.
September 10, 6:37 America, New York. Joe Biden tries to push the nation past the 9/11 era as 20th anniversary nears. In the middle of chaos 20 years ago, Senator Joe Biden wanted to get inside the U.S. Capitol.
New York Times World News, September 10, 6:34 America, New York. A missing legacy. National trauma often leads to great accomplishments, but not always.
September 10, 6:33 America, New York. How a sharp contrast on COVID has reshaped the California recall race. The effort to recall California Governor Gavin Newsom took off last year amid a backlash to his aggressive restrictions to slow the spread of the coronavirus. But when the last ballots are cast in Tuesday's special election, it may be the fears about the surge of the Delta variant that allow him to keep his job.
Mirror World News. September 10, 6:29 America, New York, Costa del Sol fire. Hundreds evacuated from their homes and firefighter killed in blaze. The area near the Spanish resort of Estepona, which is popular with British tourists and experts, saw 250 firefighters arrive to fight the blaze.
September 10, 6:27 America, New York, a newly discovered dinosaur with shark-like teeth was the T-Rex of its day. Scientists have discovered a previously unknown species of predatory dinosaur with shark-like teeth that would have been the T-Rex of its day.
Washington Post World. September 10, 6:23 America, New York. Post 9/11. Europe's weak spots make it a jihadist target. Europe has witnessed many more jihadist attacks on its soil than the United States since 9/11, and analysts say a variety of reasons account for that.
September 10, 6:13 America, New York, Brady and defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat Dallas Cowboys in season opener. 44 years old and entering his 22nd NFL season, Tom Brady definitely isn't slowing down.
RT World News. September 10, 6:10 America, New York. First in EU. Denmark fully lifts COVID restrictions almost 550 days after lockdown was introduced. All remaining anti-coronavirus rules, including an obligatory COVID pass, were officially cancelled in Denmark on Friday, making it the first state in the EU to wholly get back to pre-pandemic daily life.
Time. September 10, 6:09 America, New York, Empires and effeminate men. After Britain and America, it's China's turn to worry about masculinity. If you followed the disastrous denouement of America's two-decade occupation of Afghanistan, have you wondered why the world's only superpower has an affliction for distant wars? What is it that compels it to drag its military halfway across the world? What is the origin of its interventionist instincts?
September 10, 6 o'clock America, New York, Messi surpasses Pelé to become South America's top international goal scorer in men's football. Lionel Messi scored a hat-trick in Argentina's 3-0 win against Bolivia to become South America's record goalscorer in men's international football.
Washington Post World. September 10, 6 o'clock America, New York. Erin O'Toole, called a dud by fellow conservatives, is now in a tight race with Canada's Trudeau. The September 20 vote was thought to be a sure thing for the Prime Minister. Now the Liberals and Conservatives are deadlocked.